What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Deconstructing Topic Podcast. My name is David, and I'm your host of the Deconstructing Topic Podcast. On how everybody's doing, and today's in New York City. It's a beautiful day. I decided I got to make it happen. Throw a lot of episodes, talk about a lot of stuff. Let's make it happen because being that I was born in the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, when it comes to the sun, I enjoy the sun, but New York City, weather, summer, spring, I like the spring. The summer, a little bit different, but it's one of those things that, hey, listen, I enjoyed it and I enjoyed it all. So here we go with Deconstructing Topic Podcast. We have another episode, another motivational episode, because that's what I'm all about. I'm here to educate, inform, motivate you, the listener. You are like a family when you take time to listen to this podcast. I'm across all platforms: Apple, Podbean, Spotify, YouTube, Rumble. I might have forgotten a couple because I'm in all the platforms. So we making it happen. Ooh, let's get it. Little disclaimer out there because this is the Mental Health Awareness Month in the month of May here in the United States. And I believe it's in most part throughout the world. There's a lot of countries that take time. And just to make sure and just to emphasize here that we are in the mental health awareness. And that's why I decided to make this podcast, because we are deconstructing affirmations. A lot of people have heard the word affirmations, but we're going to get to it. But I just want to let people know out there, if you're suffering from some type of depression, mental issue, whatever it is, please seek assistance. In New York City here, the other day I get off the train, and as I get off the train, I see these signs where they're basically saying, if you need to talk to somebody, text or whatever. So, we as a society, more and more, we are taking mental health issues into account. And, that's more because like a lot of people in terms of how the mind works and your brain and all that good stuff and the body, we just, we haven't even touched the surface because the human has changed and everything around us has changed. And unfortunately, sometimes mentally, we just cannot keep up with the changes or the issues that's going around in our life. So, if you're feeling a little bit like, hey, listen, I need to talk to, feel free to seek out some type of assistance or whatever the case might be. I'm here to listen to. That's why I did this podcast. We do need some affirmations. We need some positive vibe. Because a lot of times what happens in life and why sometimes we struggle mentally, there's a lot of reasons. And sometimes it could be the most minute thing. And there are people that go through so many things. But little things like minute thing, you might say to somebody, oh man, but why they got stressed because of something like that? Because there's a fly that they can't eventually kill, something to that effect. But sometimes we don't know the backstory to it. You understand? Sometimes there's things that happen that triggers people. Perhaps they had some type of life-changing experience when they were young. Somewhere in their life, something happened that might have kind of changed their mind drastically, their life. That even something small could trigger an effect where you start to get depressed, stressed, like you're losing control and so on. And believe me, it happens to the best of us. It happens to me. And that's why one of the reasons I decided to make this podcast is that next year will be 20 years of anniversary. Where I'll be doing my 20-year anniversary. It sounds like, damn, am I married or something like that? What 20 years in anniversary deconstruct is talking about? Car accident. I was in a car accident where to this day I still speak on it. And hopefully when I start doing my video podcast, it'll be next month. I keep saying that I'm going to do it. Just there's a lot of things going on in terms of in my household. They're doing some constructions. They're doing some in my apartment, doing a couple of things here and there. So unfortunately, I have to delay. But that's one of the things that I want to touch on. It's that car accident. And, because of the car accident, it's what changed psychologically. And there's other things that has happened in life. But sometimes when you feel that it's out of your hands or you're losing grip, just remember this, you're still in control. That's correct. You're still in control, and there's people out there. The other day, I'm on YouTube and I'm watching this gentleman doing like the video game streaming thing. And he's streaming some old game there, that I remember playing it. And there was somebody in the chat who said, hey, listen, I'm glad that you out there doing whatever you do on the stream. That's making me wake up and then give a new hope to life and so on. And, you see the person that was streaming was like, I appreciate it, but definitely if you need help, go out there and seek help because there are a lot of entities out there that are willing to help. And one of those things is that slowly but surely, it's the aspect of we want to think positive. And I know that is difficult sometimes in many cases. Believe me, trust me. I know how it feels like you're trying to squeeze something positive. And to me, one of my things and one of my affirmations and one of my brothers in arms, you're learning a lot. And I learned today. And as I speak and I'm listening to this podcast, and please feel free to share this episode and all that. Hit the like, hit the comment. Let's have a conversation. Reach out to me. The links are in my description. It's basically, I'm learning something. Every day I'm learning something. And that's why throughout this podcast, I'm informing, I'm educating you. And one of the things with the affirmation is that thing where you kind of recognize into yourself where you pick what it is that's going to kind of empower you, Make a list of what things out there. And I'll give you an example because, again, it's easy to me to tell you to do something, but a lot of times people just don't have the energy. A lot of times people need that extra pep. So I'm grabbing your hand. My dear listener, my dear Deconstructing Topic Podcast listener, I'm grabbing your hand at the moment. Whoever you are out there listening, is that one of the things is Muhammad Ali, former boxer legend, passed away a long time ago. But he used to have these affirmations where even before he became a champion, he used to say, I am the champion. I am the king. And in the context outside of it, you could say that I am worthy of love. I am worthy of happiness. I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth or I'm capable of achieving my goals. And sometimes, I'm surrounded by these beautiful people in my life and we have discussion. My brother in arms, I call him my fake nephew for whatever reason. Not related to me, but, he's part of the families, if you already know what I mean by that. And he have these goals that he wants to accomplish. He wants to do this, he wants to do that. And he sees that people around him is like, they accomplishing it. It's like him. And I said to myself, see, sometimes with goals is that we either rush them or we take too much time on them. And one of the things that we want to, and if we want to accomplish a goal, is that not only you want to throw out there what you want to accomplish. Let's say, I'll give you an example. I want to have a good paying job. You throw it out there in the universe, I want to have a good paying job. I am worth, and I think I will be worth to work in a company that's going to pay me good, whatever the case might be. I know I'm capable of doing that job. I want to have a good paying job with medical benefits, so on. That's great. My thing is this. What's missing there is the time. When do you want to accomplish this? And that's one of the things here that unfortunately, either you would say, I want to accomplish this tomorrow, hey, by all means, because affirmations, the power of affirmations, and you decide on yourself what you want to do, how you motivate yourself. All right, tomorrow, I want to have a great, whatever, good paying job. Look at that. Oof, I'm getting tongue twisted off my motivation. Let's go. Let's go. That's the power of affirmations. That sometimes you get tongue twisted because the mind is just flowing. My body is like, woo. But tomorrow, let's get it. But my thing is this, what are you doing? See, that's the thing. See, when Muhammad Ali said, I'm going to be the king whenever he was not the king, he was not even the best boxer, he was not even a champion. When he was saying, you know what he did every time he went out there and boxed? And even when he was not boxing, he went out there, practiced, trained. He pushed himself harder than others. And that's one of the things that I see that lags in many situations when it comes to those individuals who are having mental issues that, yes, I understand that it's difficult to push your body when you're having mental, little breakdowns. Trust me, I've been there. Trust me. Hey, listen, I got a bad foot. I got 3 screws on my left foot. It hurts. That's due to the car accident. But I try to push myself to do something physically. And even when I was listening to, I don't want to butcher his name because on top of my mind, I talking about the Buddhist master. I don't want to butcher his name. So, but he did say something. One of the most common things out there, even in that aspect, for those who are seeking Buddhism or whatever, or Hinduism, whatever thing that you feel that's going to get you there. And even in this individual, in this concept of his word, he said, go out. Go out. And you might say, well, maybe I just don't have the means. Maybe I don't have the money. I don't have a job. That's all he says, just go out. And one of the things I see that people that do suffer from mental issues, that they don't physically do anything. That physically just go out, get some sun, basically. That's what it comes down to. Get some sun, Just walk around, whatever, get some water, you got a water bottle, whatever it is. If you don't have the means, find somewhere, you got to replenish yourself. And that's my thing, that if you're listening to out there, just create that list of what it is. If go out, it's that one thing. You know what? I need to go out more. I will do more. I am who I am. Oh, we definitely going to make it happen. One of the other things too that I did have noticed, and I'm in New York City and I love New York City, but New York City is not for everybody. The Big Apple is definitely a little bit too big for a lot of people. No funny stuff. So what does that mean? One of the important things in affirmation is that you have to find a quiet and a comfortable space for you to practice affirmation. And unfortunately, if you're in New York City, there's a good chance that you might be in a place, in an apartment, in an area where there's a lot of sound, where there's a lot of this and a lot of that. And unfortunately, what happens in those situations is that if you want to even do yoga, let's say if you're going to go into that route, you unfortunately can't do it because you're distracted. There's a lot of things that you need to be, your mind needs to be at peace. And unfortunately, as humans, a lot of us humans, we haven't mastered the art of blocking distraction, unfortunately. Because right now I'm doing this podcast. Ooh, it's a beautiful podcast, sending the good vibes and all that. And then I'm looking outside the window and I see a little bird. I get a little distracted, Not that I'm seeing a little bird. I'm just saying that sometimes when we do want to do affirmations, you want to, you want to be in front of the mirror, like look into your eyes, all that good stuff. And just say, repeat yourself out loud. I am, and I know who I could be. I am, whatever it's out there. My thing is this. When I wake up in the morning, I say, let's make it happen. Let's go. Woo. I remember years ago, because I love a lot of things in this world. This world offers the good, the bad, and the ugly all in one package. Woo. It's like if our Amazon driver was about to deliver those 3 things, they will all be in one packet. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Where's my 3 packages? What's the good? Where's the bad? Where's the ugly? They're all in one package. And I remember years ago, I started seeing the rugby. For those not familiar with rugby, New Zealand, they have a great team out there. That country, when it comes to rugby, the best. And in every match, they do this thing called the haka. H-A-K-A. Check it out. Haka. And they do this thing go, blah, 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 blah. All that, I'm pounding my chest. I don't want to hurt my chest because I just finished working out. I did a little workout outside, man. You see? I'm doing my thing too right there, going outside. Whoa. And I do the haka like, blah. In the morning, that was getting me high. Man. I'm just saying, again, find a way to do something, even if it's ridiculously ridiculous. Do something. If you want to scream, but you know what? Again, that's just letting certain emotions, but sometimes you want to practice that before you take it in, you inhale, exhale, once again, Visualize what you want to do. Visualization is a key role to affirmations, and it's a key role for us to develop how we can develop and find and how to turn the dial a little bit positive is visualize. How's your day gonna be? Because you got to keep in mind, you have control of your day. Now, for those people that go to work, that goes to an office, we just don't have control of the other people that might irk us. I'm just saying. Now, I don't get irked at work, but I'm just saying sometimes you kind of question people like, hey, work with me here. But that's good. That's great. But again, how do you stay in the same track, positive track? Visualize. Remember, everything will come. Everything will come, and just visualize that. What you want to do. Or what is that you already did. It's just now physically you want to do it. Use all your senses, whatever senses that you have available. For the most part, the human does have five senses. The see, the the smell, hear, touch, whatever. You could go six senses. The mind. There's those that unfortunately were born with less senses because of whatever it is physically. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna be lacking off, because sometimes in this world, those people with less do more. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So if you see an individual that can only see but can't hear, that don't mean anything. I'll guarantee you that person can see more than you do. And you could hear and see. So I want people that whatever the senses is to use them more. And trust me, whatever senses that you have available for yourself, that common sense is that extra sense. You know what I mean? That's that unofficial. So visualize, close your eyes. If you want to do that right now, just visualize how your day. Always start with what your day is. In the morning. That's why I said it's important to practice in the morning. When you feel a certain way, just practice. Unfortunately, let me just say this, and I'll open up a little bit here. I enjoy certain vices, and I do enjoy my spirits, my cocktails, my beers, and I try to limit that as much as I can. But hey, I enjoy them. And I'll be honest, there'll be days that, hey, listen, let's say it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday night. Let's make it happen. I mean, there was a time where Wednesday was my thing. I would go out to this around where I'm at, in this Latin jazz. Well, it was a steakhouse, but it was a Latin jazz Wednesday live music. Ooh, I love music. Latin jazz, I would have played a little bit of music in the background. Maybe I'll get all that together somewhere or somehow. I'm just straight raw out there, and it felt good. But when I'm enjoying that music, the food, I'm drinking. I wake up the next day. I'm ready to go to work. I wake up in the morning. I'm like, I'm wounded. Because in my mind, my mind and my brain is basically just telling your body that you're just recovering from having, certain too much to drink. So what does that mean? You forget, and your mind is not focused on doing affirmations. So for those people out there, my beautiful people, hey, listen, you do what you do, but try to do things moderately, for the sake of our well-being. Is that if you do enjoy a little, drink a little something, and you have to do something the next following day, keep in mind, you're probably going to forget to do a little more than affirmations. So I'm just saying out there, good sleep is a good thing too. That's why I say consistency and repetition. Repetition. Ooh, I got the Puerto Rican me. Repetition. Look at that. See, that's what I like about my podcast, because I learn and I'm teaching and learning at the same time. I'm the teacher and the student. You see, you're the student, you're listening. Repetition. There you go. Woo! Let's get it. Try this consistent. Bam. The 7 days a week in the calendar, in the Gregorian calendar, as we call it. Whatever calendar that you use, if you don't believe in time and time is a construct, good for you. I salute you. But regardless, you're still dealing with time. So consistent. If you got 7 days a week, 6 days a week, 5 days a week, do as much as you can. Because I am worthy. I know who I could become. I know what I could do to make myself better. I wake up to say, let's make it happen. I am learning a lot. See, those are the little things that we got to do in order for us to once again, it's us. We deep down inside, it's us that we need to find that. And unfortunately, one of the things that I have seen is that look, it's gonna apply to me, but it's gonna apply to a lot of people that will listen to this. That's why I say feel free to share, talk about it, whatever it is. See, I came from my 80s baby, whatever the case may be, but 1990s was, as a teenager, the internet became public, and unfortunately, the internet and all its glory and these social medias, they bring or they heighten at least a certain amount of stress level that we never had before. Because now, since everything is accessible, sometimes there's people, and I've heard this, people get into a certain social media and they see their friends having fun, enjoying life, and you kind of dwelling because, damn, what am I doing wrong? I'm not so lucky. So that drains you out. So my point is this: unplug yourself if you have to. If you feel that the internet is what's kind of keeping you alive in a sense, which that could happen, just limit yourself to what you're consuming. In terms of the socials, if you're going to go out there, share your emotions a bit in terms of talk about the bad and talk about the good. Because at the end of the day, if you feel like crap, that's okay. Now, I wouldn't want anyone to just go and start doing these drinking and smoking and whatever it is that you think that that's your escape. Affirmations. I can be a better person. I can be a better person. Now, keep in mind, it's this. We go back to the goal things. Those goals, once again, put yourself in a situation, write them down. Get a pen and a paper, do something. And let me just look at because I'm over here. And I'm sorry that I kind of smacked my lips a bit. I apologize. Just, I'm a little bit juicy mouthed for some reason. I apologize. A couple of people told me that, hey, listen, you kind of do that. It's just I'm a little juicy mouthed. I don't know. Little extra saliva action. I apologize if I'm saying, I'm just saying. Get a little water action. That's important. And just to give you an idea, when we do affirmations, just to give you a little bit of example before we end this beautiful episode, once again, because I'm here and I survived a car accident because I said to myself, what makes deconstructing topics and deconstructing and what makes me who I am is you. And I appreciate everybody. So that's why I'm going to give you a little bit of, I am achieving. I am determined. I am joyful. I am mindful. I am smart. I am trustworthy. I am victorious. I'm exciting, uplifting. I'm generous. I'm encouraging. Just put whatever you think that would motivate you. Because I said I am who I am, and I know who I can become for sure. And trust me, right now, I'm aiming to be the best version of myself because in this world, we need people like me. We need people like you. We need a lot of help in this world because in this world, unfortunately, there's people that have control or try to have control over our thoughts, what we consume, and all that. And at the end of the day, like I always say, there's people that makes money off our misery. It's time for us to get together because we are who we are and I am who I am. Well, my people, I appreciate this. Much love out there. Deconstructing Topic Podcast. We getting it on. We getting it on this year on 2024, 2025. Infinite mental health. Seek help out there. Reach out to me. Let's make it happen. Much love out there to my peoples, my beautiful family. This is Deconstructing Topic Podcast, and I'm out. Peace. I'm out.